5, you got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, good. So you said something about Regan earlier, like what do you want, like Regan Grimes?
Yeah, I definitely love to challenge Regan to a glute workout as well. If he wants to do a hip thrust challenge.
Well, Regan has a big ass.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be fooled.
So do I.
Okay, Regan, I think the challenge is on. Please don't let me down. Do not let her beat you in a hip thrust contest. You want to do total glutes or just hip thrust?
I think for the competition it should be hip thrust.
Okay, hip thrust, Regan.
But we can do a whole workout.
Come on, here's that time I talked about. We always do the day would come when an ass would come in handy. Let's do it.
Mentally, I'm feeling really, really good. My coach is pushing me right now into a little bit more depletion. So I'm eating about 1,300 calories, 120 carbs right now. Very low fats, but my mind is good. So at the end of the day, that's what matters. I'm doing extra cardio, and then the plan is to be able to carb me up towards the end of the week. So I fill out, have a little more pop. So just remember, like when you're competing, it's all about your mindset. Like your mind is your strongest muscle, and if your head's not in it, there's no way you're gonna come out on top.
No, I would say a breakthrough. We were talking about belief in yourself. Like, can you expand upon that?
Yeah.
About belief.
Yeah, absolutely. You really have to visualize and believe that you are capable of the things that you want. Because if you don't believe it, if you can't even visualize it in your mind, if it's not even a thought, how can it possibly become a reality? So everything that you do, every goal that you have, it all starts with a thought. So you really have to force these things into your head. And Chris has been really helpful, helping me build my mindset and visualize myself as a winner, as an Olympian. I haven't gotten to the Olympia yet. I have beat some girls that have gotten to the Olympia, but I really feel like this year, like this is my best yet. I feel like this is my time. And you really just have to make sure your mindset is on point no matter what. Like don't let any distractions or insecurities creep in and allow you to question yourself.
So like when we were talking, when Laura first came in, I tried to get a feel for her, and she was like, "No, you're not getting in here. You're not getting past this impenetrable wall." And then finally, as we got to train and started loosening up, I think we had this huge breakthrough because she trained like she believed in herself. Like from the very beginning, she would come here 40 minutes early. She would come in and pose. She would walk on the trail X amount of minutes and stand in the same spot, ready to be trained. And then right in, she was like, your mindset was on. So I noticed it right away. So last session we had, you actually said it. I'd already seen it. So when we're talking about people with confidence and they walk into a room and they captivate the room. It's the belief they have in themselves that the inside out. And that, the belief she had in herself, I believed it. Like she put on me without any words. And then just for talking, she told me about believing in herself and said, that's everything that I've ever done good in my life or bad in my life is because I believe I willed it to happen just because of belief. So let's be honest, that chicken's not gonna go down your throat without belief. That cardio's not gonna get done officially without belief. Everything has to be belief. And I think a lot of Laura too, she always comes in with an outfit because I believe in look good, play good. The whole mindset is there that she embodies fitness or bikini. So that's what I like about you. And it exudes. Like she told me that verbally, but she told me that weeks ago mentally. So I'm holding Laura's hips straight, so we can target more the top of the glute and build that shelf. But people have a tendency when they get tired, they want to use their hip and they'll turn to the side to have their hip. So I'm pulling her back, but we can target more of the top of the leg. Squeeze. When was your first competition and what inspired your first competition?
My first competition was February 2017. It was the muscle contest.
You remember it?
Oh yeah, I remember all of it.
Okay.
And the thing too, Chris, is I didn't talk about this for a long time. I wanted to be a pro before I even competed.
Really?
Yeah, and I needed to compete to like know for sure. But then once I did it, I was so committed to the process. Like I wanted to compete for probably 3 years, and I couldn't with my work. It was too crazy. And so I competed every year, and just every year they told me, you look great, good look, add more muscle, add more muscle. So I take a lot of long off seasons. I did 9 shows to turn pro as an amateur. I did 2 national shows. USA's 2019, USA's 2020 turned pro. Yeah, I love the USA's long muscle contests. And then I've done 7 shows as a pro in 2021 and 2022.
So what is your favorite thing about being a pro and what is the hardest thing about being a pro?
I love being a pro because it's an amazing community, and I feel like I've gotten to meet so many other bodybuilders and people in the sport that are passionate. And I feel like you get maybe opportunities or just things that you wouldn't get when you're just an amateur up and coming. And you also get to give back too. So it's really cool getting to talk at seminars, and I've done a lot of free seminars and hosting events and things like that. That's really amazing. And the hardest part is I think you have to remember that you're kind of a role model to a lot of people, even in your good moments and your bad moments. So I try to be really thoughtful about what I share. I try not to share too much negativity. I mean, I will share if I'm going through something, because we all do, but I really try to make sure that I'm putting a good image out there for the other girls that are up and coming, and knowing that they're looking at me as an example sometimes.
So what I've noticed, I've met a few of your clients, and I think I met a few lifestyle clients, competitive clients, and they talk about not just the working out and as far as the coaching, but the inspiration that you give them that I was really impressed with. They want to be just like you, you know, and I think that could be a big responsibility, right?
Yeah. But also, like you talked about, I had this vision for my life. I'm just some girl from Indiana who wanted something different, and I figured out a way to make it happen. So I think a lot of people look at what I've done, and maybe their dream is not to be a pro, but they have another dream.
Of course.
And they want to make it happen for themselves too.
Last question.
Yeah.
How does bikini transition into the reality of the other world, like the other part of your life? How do you use this to be an average everyday person?
I don't know that competing fits so well with being an average everyday person, but I think competing and growing as a bodybuilder has given me a lot of confidence to pursue whatever I wanted. And actually, when I bought my home in Southern California in the pandemic, the two kind of went together almost. Like the confidence I had from buying my home gave me more confidence. And that was during my prep when I turned pro. And so I think those things translate. I think the ability to work hard, be disciplined, that translates into anything you want to do, whether it's fitness or not.
Well, and honestly, I learned a lot from you, because in our talks, you taught me about marketing, and it's more than just being good at what you do. You have to present that you're good at what you do, and you taught me something. Conversations just like that, so I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. I think you're giving me a little too much credit.
Let's go.
Yep, so I'm planning on doing Nashville the week after, and then Iron Games 2 weeks after that here in Anaheim, California.
All right, so after you win the first place, tell me the next 12 hours.
The next 12 hours. So, first of all, I'll have to let that sink in. And definitely drink a lot of water. That's the first thing after your show, is drink a lot of water.
How much water?
Like a few liters.
Few liters?
At least.
What's a few?
Like immediately post-show, like I'll try to drink like one before I even get to dinner.
Okay.
You know, because the thing is remember you're thirsty and hungry before you get mixed up.
You're confused, right?
So you want to drink water first. Like before you go slam a cookie or something stupid, just drink some water. And then I'll go eat a good meal, nothing crazy. Like I usually like a burger, fries, or steak or something like that. Maybe a small dessert.
Now, is this a gourmet burger or a greasy hamburger stand?
My favorite post-show eating spot is BJ's Brew House. Like if I get out of my way, I go to BJ's, so it's like decent. You know, they've got a ton of, and their menu's big. So if you don't want a burger, they've got like chicken entrees, they've got pizza, they've got pasta. But I usually go for burger. And then you can get the Pizookie Trios. That's like my favorite if I have dessert. And you can split it. And you can split it too, because that's the thing, is like your eyes are so much bigger than your stomach when you finish a show. So it's better if anything you're craving, you can split it with people so you're not tempted to eat.
So do you do the thing where you're here or you want to sample a little bit of everything?
I want to sample a little bit of everything.
Now, do you do time, like 1 hour, you eat whatever you want, or do you do calories?
No, I make it more just like a meal. Like I'll have like a dinner. So like I usually try to have a salad, like some greens. So like I'll have like a dinner salad. I'll have my burger and sweet potato fries. That's usually my go-to.
Right.
I might skip the cheese because I'm dairy sensitive. So I'll have like my burger, sweet potato fries, salad, and then I'll have a dessert, but nothing like
Are you drinking
crazy.
Coke, Diet Coke, water?
Ooh, I probably have a lot of water and probably treat myself to a Diet Coke.
So Diet Coke. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So
yeah.
I know you're a prep coach. I know that's what primarily what you do, prep coach. So like, how do you do your refeed meals or cheat meals? Well, first of all, what do you call it? Call it a refeed meal or a cheat meal or a free meal? What's your,
I like to call it a refeed meal or a free meal, and it's kind of silly. I just don't like calling it a cheat meal because I think women tend to get a lot more emotions of like guilt and shame.
I totally agree.
So that's the only reason I don't like to call it a cheat meal.
No,
It's
no,
let's take out
the mind is everything.
Yeah, let's take out the psychology and the self-shame about our eating.
I totally agree. So you'll have like a refeed meal, and how do you base it on calories or time or?
Well, this is my first show with Jamie, so I'll kind of see what she says, but I think she typically gives her athletes kind of a free meal. For my girls. Usually what I want them to do and what they do might be two different things. But I usually tell them like, have what you want, try to have something with protein. So instead of just plain pasta or something, have the burger, have the steak. If you want appetizers, if you want those things, you can have them, but it's best to split them so you just have little bites because your stomach will get full quickly.
So what is that? Is that that meal or is it something in the morning?
I usually say one free meal at night and then one free meal the next day. So let's say they want to go out to breakfast or something with friends who couldn't make it to the show, they could go have a brunch the rest of their day, try to get normal meals and just still get rehydrated. And then based on what their show plans are, like if their show's the next week, let's say they're going to USA's the very next week, I'm going to be much more strict with them, and especially depending on how they're looking. If they don't have more shows planned or their next show isn't for months and months, that's where I'll say, okay, have a free meal that night, have a free meal the next day, and then if they're reversing, then we'll kind of start your reverse as soon as the show's over. Yeah.
So that concludes our glute hamstring workout here at the Body Shop with Laura. And I have a put her on the squat. If you were not doing fitness, because you make all of your revenue through fitness, what would you do?
I would still probably be a project manager, like in engineering. That's what I
like. So that was my lead in. So Laura has a degree in
geoscience and civil engineering.
Who knew, right? Who knew? All right, so.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the workout, and I can't wait to get on stage very soon.